Hey guys, Mike McFarland here, the Lake Fork Guide, sitting in McFarland's Corner, about ready to give you a public rundown for March 25th, 2022. All right, let's go as always to the board. I talked to you last on Wednesday, so here we go with Thursday and today. Yesterday and today. 54.7, 53.4, but a warm trend back up to 58 today. So I told you about a second number being backwaters. That's if I have the slash on there. When we warm trend, generally I'm going to give you just that one main core, but the main core warmed up today pretty good. And the reason was really subsurface, but we had no winds today, hardly any winds. So this variable is not the same as this one here on from Tuesday. Your core body, 54.5, backwater 62. Today, 53 in the core. When I came off the lake, the core had really warmed up to 58. Subsurface, first 18 inches. Clarity, 0 to 1 and settling a little bit. From Tuesday's rain or Monday night's rain, things are settling. So some of those backwater places that were dirty, getting a little bit better. Lake level, dropping, but very slowly. From 396.68 on Wednesday, 396.65 yesterday, and 396.64 today. Board looks good, lake's healthy. I'd love to be able to get more water and see this constantly go on the up here. With that being said, we're still on the fence with SRA. They're still working. I did talk to SRA the other day. It's not bad news, but it's not necessarily the news we want to hear. They're still working. They're hoping to finish the concrete above water level next week. Once they finish that concrete, it has to be inspected. Then it has to go to the board, the directors, and be approved by the directors before they can change the 397 maximum pool level, which is 6 feet below full pool of 403. So we still really, if we was to get a bunch of rain, for example, in the next couple of days that brought it above the level of 397, they're going to dump it. The protocol of 397 elevation still stands, hopefully another week or two, and we have this moved on. The good news of it is that the underwater concrete and scuba diver part is going awesome. In fact, that concrete is setting up just fine underwater, and they believe that it's even better than the above water. I think that's due to our winter temperatures and what was going on there for a little while. And that crazy February-March transition that we had made it hard on them to do the above ground concrete. It's only fair. So these are absolutely mandatory preventative maintenance to the dam. They found a lot more extensive damage due to those big north winds, and it's still under repairs. So that's where we are with SRA. All right. Well, let's talk about the weather. Man, it was really windy this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Even yesterday was good winds that we caught fish. We hammered the big fish. If you follow me on Facebook, the Lake Fork Adventures Guide Service, or my personal page, which is maxed out full, you can't follow me there, but Instagram, the Lake Fork Guide, then you got a chance to see the big fish that we caught yesterday. We had an 8.3, an 8.4, a couple of 4.5, 5-pound bass, and a handful of really what we call cookie cutters, 2 to 3 pounders. It was an awesome day. The bite is good. The females are getting ready to spawn. They're full of eggs, and it's coming very quickly. The males are already moved into those backwaters and spawning flats and waiting patiently for those females to show up. If you're coming out this weekend, the weather this weekend looks pretty good. 53, 83 tomorrow, 53 low, 83 high, 55 for a low, 87 on Sunday. I'm going to tell you about Sunday in just a minute. There's a special event going on. If you're in it, awesome. If you're not, stay away. Stay home. Don't come here. I'm going to tell you in a second. Let's finish the weather first. So next week's weather, remember this is just an outlook, is awesome. We just don't have any more of those cold nights. Not really. Monday, 63 for a low, 79 for a high. Tuesday, 61 for a low, 81 for a high. Wednesday, 42 for a low, but 73 for a high, 85% chance of rain. This lake's going to warm up fast, and the next full moon, really the next new moon, then the next full moon, game on for this pond. Guaranteed, guaranteed, okay? So as I said, the fishing report is pretty good right now. It's starting to get better. The nice weather makes a big difference with Florida straying bass, okay? I made a mistake the other day when I told you a little bit about the loon. I was teaching you much about the loon. The loon can dive to 180 feet, okay? 60 meters. It can hold its breath for over 5 minutes. But I made the statement that it had hollow bones, and I have to correct that. It's the opposite. Most birds have hollow bones. The loon has solid bones. This makes it more dense, it makes the bird heavier, and allows the bird to get down to a deeper destination when it dives due to the lack of air, and etc. So that the solid bones is what the loon has, not hollow. I want to make sure I clarified that small mistake there, and I apologize for that. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the fish that we caught, and I talk sometimes even a little bits of videos about the loon itself. But if you're not a members only, then you missed a story, a really cool, crazy story. We were on a reef the other day. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. But the members got to see the video. Members only channel is $4.99 a month. I'm asking you to go subscribe. You're missing out if you don't, because you're getting a lot more detail, a lot more videos, specifics on exactly how I catch the fish. And again, little things like this. You get to watch the video. We had a loon chasing our chatterbaits. I mean, I had to tell the guys to quit fishing. Stop, or we're going to end up catching this loon. The loon was so hungry that the loon chased us all the way to the boat. Within 5 feet of the boat, we're dangling the chatterbaits in the air. It was like feeding ducks at the park. This loon wanted those chatterbaits. What that implied to me, number one, is the area we were on, there wasn't food and the loon was hungry. It was diving and searching, which is a good thing. That's what we want. We want to see the loon diving and having success, getting shad, and then we have more success. But we were on this reef, and I got this video of this happening 5 feet from a wild loon trying to eat our chatterbaits. And I told the guys, we need to leave this spot. This implies there's no food for this loon here. We moved 200 yards to a new spot where there were 2 or 3 loons successfully getting food. And we put a smack down and had giant fish in the boat. If you want to know what those giant fish were caught on, again, subscribe to the members only, because when I finish this public report, I'm going to tell them all about it. I'm going to show them the baits, the exact baits, where they can get the baits, and how to fish the baits. But we had a 30-pound sack of big Lake Fork bass. So another little cool loon story I want to share with you was this morning. We got started. Loons were diving on our location. Man, we're getting ready to have these big fish again. And all of a sudden, one of the loons dives, and it comes up with a big gizzard shad, and it goes crazy. It starts fast as it can, flopping across the water, and it's trying to get off the shallow reef, trying to dive plunge into the deep water. And right as it dive plunges, I didn't realize what was happening. Up in the air were 2 bald eagles. And the bald eagle dove on this loon. And as the loon dives for deep water, he loses his gizzard shad, and the eagle scoops the gizzard shad and flies away. Man, I wish I had that on video. But it was an incredible morning on the Goat Lake, the world famous Lake Fork. Let's move on just a little bit. Again, I said if you're coming this weekend, if you're coming tomorrow, it's going to be a busy lake. The reason is there's people pre-fishing for the Mega Bass Tournament. The Mega Bass Tournament comes once a year, and it's a one-day tournament for amateurs only, no pros allowed. And it pays, guaranteed to pay out $20,000 on the hour with a $15,000 big fish per hour, okay? And I think it pays 6 or 7 hours, but $15,000 first place on the hour for a big fish. I'm going to tell you that what they're looking for is the over, the 10, 11, 12, 13-pound fish that's over 24 inches. But many times that's not caught and brought in on the hour because it's hard to find and hard to catch. And a simple 15 3/4 inch, 2.9-pound bass will win $15,000. If there's 6 or 7 of those payouts tomorrow, I bet you over half of them are won by a small 2.5 to 3-pound, 15 3/4 inch largemouth bass. 900 boats will be in this tournament. over 1,800 individual anglers. If you're not fishing this tournament on Sunday, I recommend you go anywhere else. Okay, man, that's the public report. You know, I had a couple other things that I had here. For some reason, I can't read it. And I guess we'll just skip it. Basically, overall, the lake's good and healthy. Fishing's really good. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the regular public McFarland's Corner. The rundown every week is fresh, and I hope you're enjoying it. I try and give you as much content as I can, but I ultimately want you to subscribe to my members-only channel, where I give up all the goods and all the details. All right? Mike McFarland here, the Lake Fork Guide, giving you a Lake Fork rundown for March 25th, 2022.